everyone, it's Julia. I'm taking you on a walk to the beach today for a beach-inspired theme that I've been working on. We are about a half mile from the beach, and so this is my walk in the mornings. So many beautiful flowers. I love this hedge, this hibiscus hedge. The trees are beautiful. And then this is the little walkway over the public access to the beach. And here's the view. So many shells on the Gulf side of Florida. This is the shells that are just piled on the beach. Love the sound of the waves. So pretty. But here's my inspiration. These whimsical, comical birds. I just laugh. They make me just happy just watching them. Back to my studio, and I drew up this design. It's going to be a long, skinny design of these comical, wonky birds. Decided I'm going to make a wall hanging today, and the finished wall hanging is about 18 inches long by 9 inches wide. And I'm using a drop cloth canvas, which wasn't quite big enough, so I did add fabric to the top, the strip to the top and bottom. And I'm also going to be using that same yellow fabric for the back of this wall hanging. Now, to get this design onto this heavy canvas, I decided to use freezer paper. And I've never done this before, but I've seen other people, and I was hoping it was going to work. Sometimes it's hard to, when you have a heavy fabric or a dark fabric, how to transfer it from one thing to another. And so I thought I would give this a try. I'm using my pit pens, and I think I picked this small one. The pit pens were wonderful for, it doesn't smudge once they're dried. You can also use them directly on fabric if you're wanting to write on fabric, and they're washable and permanent once they're dried, so they work really well. I just drew that design out on that freezer paper and then cut it out, laying it on where I want it, and then just ironing that tight to the fabric. I have a layer of quilt batting on the bottom of this. And so I took both those layers to the sewing machine, and I'm doing free motion. I have my black thread on the top, and I have a black bobbin thread in the bobbin, and I am just outlining these birds, just going over the outline once, because I want to make sure I can get that paper off. So I don't want to do more than one layer of the stitching right now. I do go back later and I add some more of the detail with my sewing machine. But I'm just outlining right now, going really slow, and doing some stopping and starting. And when I do start, I go back and forth just to tie that knot. Like you'll see me go back and forth here, and then go on with that other leg. I do get off on my stitching, and that's just the way free motion is. Got that all done, and I'm ironing this flat one more time because I'm going to be using this freezer paper also as a mask when I put the design on the back of this. I'm just going to do some painting with my Inktense blocks. A couple stencils I'm going to use, and also this rubber stamp. I don't have the name of this stencil. It's been in my stash for a long time, but I'm sure you can find something similar. I'm just using it as a background, basically. I picked out 3 different ink blocks here, and I have it's like a plastic sheet that I bought at the dollar store, and that's what I'm going to be scribbling these paints out on. I'm also using my fabric medium, and everything is going to be listed down below if you're interested in what I'm using for this project. But I do use the fabric medium for my activating these. Instead of water, I'm going to activate them with the fabric medium, which is going to make this more permanent. Not that this is really a washable item, but it does make paint more permanent. And so I usually do add it to anything I put on fabric. And just again scribbling on, I'm going to do a little design at the bottom here to make it look a little bit like sand. I thought that swirl with the yellow kind of emulates the sun a little bit, and This is just a random background and just getting some interest back on the background. And now for the blue, I'm going to just dab that right on that rubber stamp. And this is where that mask comes in so handy. I can just randomly just put this all over and just go right on the paper. Grabbing out a couple pieces, I decided to put an applique on each one of those beaks. So I'm picking out 3 different colors of yellows and oranges for the beaks. And this is how I, don't laugh, but that's how I store my scraps. By color, at least they're by color, but I just throw all the yellows and oranges and pinks are in one bucket. And so many of these scraps have heat and bond already on the back because they are scraps and I do a lot of applique. But notice those beaks, I drew them on the back side of my design as well because I am going to be tracing this onto heat and bond light to turn this into an applique. And I want that exact size, and so I am just tracing those 3 beaks onto my heat and bond, and this is the pebbly side is down, and so I'm just, on the paper side is up, so I'm just tracing those on, and then just rough cutting these out. And then finding a spot on this, on these scraps to iron these on. And I'm going to have a double layer of heat and bond, and I will be removing both layers. But this is just the way I've just found works so I can get that exact shape that I need. And then doing my cutting. It's time now to remove that freezer paper. Everything is dried, my paint is dry, and I'm just slowly just kind of taking it off, and it's coming off very, very slick. I'm very happy with this. I've tried doing different papers with this, like a tissue paper, and it's just a mess, but this comes off really well. I do, you'll see me in a bit, to get these little pieces off, I do end up using my seam ripper, and it's just getting under there, and again, that's an easy way to remove those. Now I plan on taking this back to the sewing machine again and stitching over around these, and stitching around also all these little beaks. So we're just removing that heat and bond light, both layers. And then it's back to my sewing machine where I will be outlining with free motion all these beaks, and then just outlining and making the birds a little bit more sketchy, which is the look I'm looking, the look that I like. And this is what the finish looks like. You can see the little eyes I put in also, and just outlined everything again. I'm going to add a little bit of white paint to the birds, and then I'm also picked out a couple shades of just an accent color, more of like a shading color. I think I decided or went with like a night color, which is a darker navy blue. And again, just using the same mat and using that white acrylic paint and the fabric medium and mixing it up. I'm just using a dry brush for this because I don't want a lot of color on it. Just adding just some of the white. And here you'll see some of the shading and just to get some interest in it. This little wall hanging is almost done. Paint is now dry again, and I am just cleaning up the edges, removing some of that batting that was sticking out and squaring things up a bit. The back, I'm putting right sides together. The back is cut a little bigger than the front, and I do that just to make sure that everything is stitched right and I don't miss the backing when I'm stitching on. I'm going to be leaving the bottom open, the bottom 3 or 4 inches open, and you'll see that, and putting some pins in here. Again, my right sides are together, and I'm going to start and finish by using a back stitch to secure that opening in the bottom. Just going to be taking 1/4 inch seam allowance, and now it's all sewn, and I'm just trimming that backing away, and just squaring off the corners too to remove some of the bulk in the corners. Turning it right side out through that opening in the bottom, and then using my pokey tool to get in there and just poke out those corners. It'll be back to the ironing board and ironing this flat, and also rolling out those seams just to make sure everything is nice and even, and then closing this bottom too, and just ironing that down. And then I top stitch all the way around using 1/4 inch seam, and that closed up the bottom. And this is what I'm going to use to hang it with, these bulldog clips. I paint it using a Waverly chalk paint. I'm also going to add one of a fabric yo-yo. I picked these up at the flea market, and I see one in there that I want to try. Yeah, I really like the color of that one. I'm just going to be gluing this little yo-yo to the top of this clip with some fabric tack glue, which is very tacky. It works really well for this. And that is how I'm going to hang my little wall hanging. I added some pictures. Thank you so much for coming with me for this walk to the beach and this beach-inspired project. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.